everyone. So Anjali this side. So today we are going to talk about top 10 functional foods for the PCOS. So Neha has briefly and very well explained about functional foods. So basically the functional foods are the foods. They are also known as nutraceuticals. So nutraceuticals in simpler terms, they are like kind of foods which has some medicinal properties in them. Just like we take medicines, okay? So similar properties like our food also has naturally in it. So the foods which I'm going to talk about today are like traditionally and culturally are included in many parts of the India, and we have been eating these foods and including these foods like since a very long time. But like today the specific like attention would be on the PCOS. Okay. So when we talk about functional foods, there are like two types of functional foods. So one is known as conventional functional foods and other is the modified functional foods. So talking about conventional like functional foods. So conventional functional foods are the kind of foods which are like naturally consist of these medicinal properties or vitamins, minerals, and like many other nutrients in it. So like for example, fruits or some seeds or like some whole grains, these are the foods which are like naturally consist of some antioxidants, some vitamins, minerals like that. So we don't need to like process any of them or we don't need to add any like supplements into them to make it more healthy or make it more nutritious. But on the other hand, the modified foods, which are also known as fortified foods. So like you must see some packages on that. Sometimes it is written that it is fortified with some vitamin or some mineral. For example, salt. Salt is like modified or like fortified with iodine in the India. So these are the modified foods which are also known as fortified foods. So these foods you can like easily get into the market nowadays because there are many vitamins and minerals deficiencies these days. So government is taking initiative to add these like nutrients into our foods which are commonly consumed. Okay. So today I'll like talk about top 10 functional foods for specifically PCOS. So while suffering from PCOS, you must see like many symptoms like hair fall or like increased testosterone, irregular menses, like weight gain. Shashikala, could you please mute your call? Thank you.
मैम आप अपने वहां से करा दीजिए प्लीज होस्ट को, क्योंकि बीच बीच में कोई ना कोई माइक ऑन करेगा या कुछ बोलेगा, डिस्टर्बेंस होता है.
Okay. Okay, so let's continue with our topic. So today I'm going to talk about different functional foods which are specifically going to help you in reducing your symptoms which you all are suffering from currently. Okay, so first of all, I'm also going to show you the functional food for your reference. So these are the Tulsi leaves which I have right now with me. So Tulsi, we generally, most of us have a plant of Tulsi at our home. We do a puja of Tulsi in many cultures, or it has many religious like importance as well. So this Tulsi is also been a part of our life. Like our dadis, nanis give us Tulsi kadha or Tulsi churan whenever we like suffer from fever, cough, or cold. But Tulsi also has many other properties which will help you in PCOS as well. So most important function of Tulsi, it is anti-inflammatory. So you must have heard about this inflammation word many times. So this inflammation becomes a part of our life when we have some hormonal imbalance in the body. So to reduce this inflammation is very important. So just make sure that you include at least 2-3 leaves of Tulsi in your diet. You can have it in the kadha form, or herbal tea is also fine, or you can even include it in your chai if you take chai on a regular basis. Other than this, Tulsi has a very important property in it, which is known as anti-androgenic property. So androgen is a male hormone, which is also known as testosterone. So this testosterone is usually present in every woman's body. But whenever these testosterone level increases in the body, that can cause issue. Like hair fall can happen, hair thinning can happen. You also suffer from acne, weight gain, specifically in your belly region. Okay. So we need to reduce this testosterone level so that your periods will also get regularized. Okay. So you can include tulsi, which can really help you in like reducing all of these symptoms. So the next thing which I'm going to talk about is a ginger. We all know ginger. Most of you also love ginger tea, right? Including me. So ginger has also been a part of our life since a long time. We also include ginger in many of our food preparations like curries or even some chutneys. So ginger can really spice up your meal preparations, right? So ginger also has like antibacterial properties in it. So like same as tulsi, we also include ginger whenever we have cough or cold. It can really soothe your throat while you're suffering from any cough or cold, right? So another very important function of ginger, if you're planning for conceiving, so it can really improve your fertility if you include little bit of ginger on a daily basis. Okay, so I would like also recommend to like include ginger in the form of herbal tea or in any food preparations, so that your inflammation will also get reduced, and it will specifically boost those hormones which are specifically responsible for your fertility. Okay, or if you don't add ginger in your curries, or you don't like herbal tea, then you can also have some kind of smoothies. Okay, like green smoothie. So in that you just need to add an inch or like a half inch of ginger on a daily basis. Okay, so another food, next food I'm going to talk about are mint leaves. So mint leaves are very refreshing, right? We like the aroma of it, and also the taste gives you a very refreshing feeling itself. So basically we also include like mint leaves in our different chutneys, like a chutney with dosa. The chutney generally we include with dosa or any chilas, or the sandwich chutney also has like the Indian standards like sandwich chutney also has mint in it. We also include it in our curries or even the chai, pudina chai, right? So there are many benefits which are like involved with mint. It also reduces your extra testosterone levels, just like tulsi does. Okay, so make sure that you include mint on a daily basis in your diet if you're suffering from PCOS, so that it will reduce the testosterone levels and also it will reduce your inflammation. Okay, so mint, a very like easier way to include mint in your diet is to have an infused water out of it. So just make sure you add 4 to 5 leaves of mint into your water bottle, and you can drink water from that throughout. Okay, and another important property of mint, if you're suffering from any digestive discomfort like bloating or flatulence, constipation, diarrhea, it can really soothe your stomach. It can like help you in reducing these gut related issues. Okay, so the next food which I'm talking about are black raisins. So you all know that black raisins are very important, and generally we like black raisins more than the regular one. So black raisins are known to like have many nutrients in it, like calcium, iron, potassium, vitamin E, vitamin C, zinc. So most of these nutrients have antioxidant property in it. So antioxidant means it is going to really detoxify your body from inside, and it is also going to give you calcium and iron. So calcium and iron deficiency is very common, right, in women specifically. So you make sure that you include some soaked raisins in your diet. So why I'm like emphasizing on soaked raisins? Because if you have regular raisin just like that, it contains some inhibitors in it. So that inhibitors can get degenerated when you soak them. So that you like you are making sure that you are not depriving your body from any nutrients. Okay, so talking about benefits of black raisins, it can also improve your fertility issues if you're planning for conceiving. It can also get rid of acne if you're facing any. Okay, because it has an anti-inflammatory property in it. So just make sure that you include like 7 to 8 soaked raisins on a daily basis. And it is better if you have black raisins on an empty stomach, because it can really your body can really absorb nutrients from it, and you can like take a maximum benefits out of it. Okay, so another food that I'm talking about are flax seeds. So we like you must have heard about flax seeds a lot whenever you read some research article or anything about PCOS anywhere. Flax seeds are always there, right? So flax seeds contains omega-3 fatty acids in it, and it is easily available anywhere in India. And flax seeds are better if you take it in the roasted form, and it can really like help you in reducing your bloating. And it contains phytoestrogens in it. Varsha, can you mute yourself? Thank you. Okay, so phytoestrogens, if I talk about, they are the estrogens which comes from the plants. So that is why the word is phyto and estrogens. Okay, so phytoestrogens specifically can help you in reducing the male hormone, which is the testosterone, right? So if you include flax seeds on a daily basis, it can create that hormonal balance in your body. Okay, so PCOS has hormonal imbalance, so it can like get you to hormonal balanced condition. So that way your periods can be regularized if you include flax seeds on a daily basis. Okay, and if you are like wondering if flax seeds can be like taken on a daily basis or not, or if you want some substitute which is a similar substitute for that, garden cress seeds, which is also known as olive seeds, is a very good example of it. It also contains like similar nutrients in it, and it is also richest source of iron. So make sure that you include either flax seeds or olive seeds into your diet if you're also suffering from hair fall issues. Okay, so the next functional food which I'm going to talk about are pumpkin seeds. So these are the pumpkin seed which are like slightly greenish in color, and these has like very similar taste to any nut that you consume, like specifically like almonds. Okay, so pumpkin seeds are also very popular these days. You must have heard about it somewhere. So pumpkin seeds are also your best friend when we talk about PCOS. It is loaded with many antioxidants in it, so it can really help you in like if you're suffering from hair fall issues. Okay, so make sure that you include like a tablespoon of flax seeds in your diet if you're suffering from hair fall. Okay, and if some of them, like some of you, if you're suffering from high cholesterol, specifically high LDL levels, which is also known as the bad cholesterol, then make sure you're also including pumpkin seeds into your diet, because it can really help you with regulating your normal levels of cholesterol. And in a long term, it is going to make your like heart very healthy. So pumpkin seeds, you can add like even have it as it is, or you can roast them little bit. You can even add them in your smoothies or in your any meal preparations, even to your sabzis is fine to add. Okay. And another very important function of pumpkin seeds, if you are suffering from a very bad PMS some days, so it can really relieve your PMS symptoms such as like bloating, irritation, mood swings, cramps. So it can be really like your best friend in while you're PMSing. Okay. So the next functional food which I'm going to talk about are chia seeds. So chia seeds are also very popular, and sometimes we get confused between chia seeds and sabja seeds. Actually, they belong to a same family, but they have different properties in them. Okay, so they also have a different texture and different consistency. So if you include chia seeds on a regular basis, just a 1 teaspoon is also fine to include. It can really help in regulating your menstruation. Okay, so the main property of chia seeds, it is high in fiber, so you always need to take it in the soaked form for its like maximum benefits. So if you are suffering from weight gain, okay, or like a little bit of weight gain or belly fat, so chia seeds can really help you out in that. Even sometimes your bodies you feel very bloated from inside, so chia seeds can really help you in reducing that bloating as well. Okay, so basically what happens when you consume some chia seeds, due to its fiber intake, you feel very full from inside, and automatically your calorie consumptions gets like lowered. So that is the reason it can help you with your weight management. It is also loaded with many like important nutrients such as iron, zinc, calcium, magnesium. So you're also getting a lot of nutritional benefits from that. And another important thing, if you're suffering from like mood swings specifically and acne, it can really reduce those symptoms as well. Okay, so just make sure you're having it in a properly soaked form. It will just take 10 to 15 minutes to soak your chia seeds. Okay, so the next food is methi seeds. So Methi seeds also we generally hear from our dadis and nanis to include on a daily basis, right? So methi seeds we generally eat in a laddu form, like in a sweeter dishes, because methi seeds are very bitter in taste, right? But they are very, very beneficial for you, specifically if you are suffering from insulin resistance or diabetes. Okay. So in PCOS, there is one risk factor which is known as high blood sugar level, or also known as like insulin resistance. So if you're suffering from any of those, or like even if you're not suffering from those, it is always better to include methi seeds into your diet. So it will also help you in like improving your ovary health, along with like managing your blood sugar level. Okay. So methi seeds are always recommended to either have empty stomach, or you can have it like 5 to 10 minutes before your meal, so that it will help you in managing your fasting blood sugar levels and postpartum blood sugar level. Okay. Then there is like another food which is known as cinnamon. So you can also have cinnamon in the powdered form. This is a natural form of cinnamon which is easily available anywhere. So cinnamon is also, we generally use it in some desserts, or like even the like bakery products, or it is also like generally we use it in different kinds of curries. So cinnamon is naturally sweeter in taste, right? So you can like include it in your diet if you're facing sugar cravings. So if you include just a small amount of cinnamon on a daily basis, it can really help you in managing your sugar cravings on in a longer term. So apart from that, it also like improves your insulin resistance. If you're suffering from insulin resistance or diabetes, cinnamon can be your best friend. So just add a pinch of cinnamon or a little bit of cinnamon in the form of herbal tea, or you can even like have an infused water of this cinnamon. Just mix that with your water bottle and have sip that water like throughout the day. Okay. Apart from that, it is also known to reduce your inflammation from the body. So even if you're not diabetic, or even if you don't have insulin resistance, it can still help you in managing your inflammation while you are suffering from PCOS. Okay. So the last food which I'm going to talk about today is very, very common in India, which is known as turmeric. So we generally use turmeric in the form of powder, right? So this is the natural form of turmeric. So turmeric is like, we always include turmeric in like any form, right? So generally we add like turmeric into our curries or any meal preparation. So it is like used everywhere in the India. So we also know about turmeric. It is also used in some kadhas, or we have generally haldi ka doodh, like Neha was talking about. So it is very popular, and we do include turmeric into your diet. So some properties I just want to discuss about turmeric that we don't know. It also improves your insulin resistance, or it also fights with any risk factors if you have a PCOS. Okay. And it can also improve your blood sugar level, and it is really act as an anti-inflammatory property in your body. So make sure that you include a pinch of a pinch of turmeric into your diet if you're suffering from PCOS. So other than curries also, you can include turmeric in the form of herbal tea, or you can even like add into your infused water. Okay. So that it can also fight with some acne if you're suffering from any. And the last benefit about turmeric is that it can always reduce your cholesterol levels. It can really regulate your lipid profile if you're suffering from high cholesterol. Okay, so that's all about the functional foods, the top 10 functional foods which you can include in your day-to-day life. And these all functional foods which I have chosen specifically for you are very easy to available. These are literally available in every household of the India. So just make sure that you include these functional foods in your day-to-day life, so that you can like get rid of these symptoms that you're facing currently. So any questions or any queries?
There is a bunch of questions that has come up. Can you check them? Can read
Yes, yes, sure.
Answer.
Sure. Can we have ginger juice and honey every morning? So ginger juice, you can have it if it is not processed, or if it is like homemade specifically. So honey, related to honey, if you don't have any insulin resistance, or like If you're not suffering from high blood sugar levels, then once in a while is okay to have, but that too, I will advise not to have empty stomach. So instead of that, you can have it later in the day. Okay, then Akanksha is asking, can we simply eat 2-3 Tulsi leaves in a day without mixing it with anything? Yes, definitely, Akanksha. You can have Tulsi leaves as such also. Okay, no problem in that. Then Smriti Smita is asking which type of Tulsi is best, black or white? Both are good. Anything which is which is grown regionally, you can have that. Then Iram is asking, is eating manuka better than kishmish? So black raisins is always better option because it contains it is very nutritious and it is nutrient dense other than the kishmish. So just make sure that you're including black raisins instead of like kishmish. Okay, then Rania is asking, can flax seeds and chia seeds be taken together as pudding? Definitely, you can take that. But if you combine like flax seeds with a fruit, it is always a good combination to have, but you can also have it with pudding. Amberly is asking how to consume olive seeds. So you can either mix it with any meal preparations like in your salad or like in your smoothies or pudding, or you can also have it in the roasted form. Okay. Can we have store-bought yogurts? So we always recommend a homemade curd because it is like it does not contain any preservatives in it or any like higher level of sodium in it. So it is always better to have a homemade yogurt other than the store-bought. Harshita is asking, can you also advise which is the right time to consume the seeds? So seeds you can have any time of the day, okay? But it is always better, like I said, to combine it with your fruit. So like after your breakfast, it is a better time to have. Missed first 10 minutes, will you be? Yes, recording will be available. Okay, what is the right time to have turmeric or cinnamon tea? So cinnamon tea or turmeric tea, you can have it empty stomach or in the evening is also fine to have. Can flax seeds? Okay, Rani, I'll just repeat it for you. So flax seeds and chia seeds, you can have it together as a pudding, no problem in that. But if you consume flax seeds specifically with fruit, it is always a good combination. It really complements each other if you take it like together. Okay, I think I have exhausted the question. Any other question you have?
Yeah, I just have a question. So can chia seeds and pumpkin seeds and flax seeds, all three of them can be combined in a smoothie or in a salad?
Yes, you can combine it. No problem, but just like make sure that you are having a proper quantities of these. Okay, like if you are having a chia seed, just 1 teaspoon of it, and if you are having a pumpkin seed along with flax seeds, then one tablespoon.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Prathima is asking, can I add honey while consuming flax seeds and pumpkin seeds? It is okay to have, but like on a regular basis, like you need to check on your insulin levels and blood sugar level to have honey on a regular basis. Okay. Any specific food item to strictly be avoided for PCOS? So one item that is strictly avoided are any refined food, which includes sugar, maida, or even white rice would be a thing that I would always have, advise to avoid that, because refined things can really aggravate inflammation in your body. Anyone else wants to ask?
You can unmute yourself and ask if you want to too, guys.
Yes.
So maybe a last question, maybe like if you have time. So as you said, like we can use these ingredients in preparation of the meals, but when we are cooking, like we are including cinnamon or turmeric, will that be beneficial, or we should have it in some tea? It's better to have the tea instead of using it in the meal.
So tea is better because you're not heating that food, right? But even if you include in the curries, it will have like benefits for you. But I would like always like advise to have it in the herbal tea form. But herbal tea is always not possible, right? If you're working or if you have a busy schedule, then at least include that in your curries. Or infused water is the best option to have.
Okay, okay, yeah. And again, we can mix cinnamon and turmeric in the water together, right?
Correct, together, no problem.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Welcome. Does refined oil good for PCOS? If not, so again, like I was talking about the processed grains, right? So same applies to the oil also. So while refining any refining process of the oil, it always loses its nutrients while the processing. So it is always better to have any like cold pressed or kachi ghani oil in that case. Okay, so the cold pressed version or kachi ghani version always retains all its nutrients and it is not very processed. So it is good for your heart specifically. Red meat or poultry, it is not harmful to have, but red meat should be very limited, like once in a month is fine to have in a smaller portion. But poultry, you can of course include once or twice a week. There is no harmful effects of that. It will give you a good source of a good quality protein into your diet if you're a non-vegetarian. Is it okay to drink cinnamon tea every day? Yes, of course, Varsha, you can drink cinnamon tea every day. Just make sure cinnamon quantities are not too much. If you're including it in the powder form, just a pinch of cinnamon is fine to have. Bloating best remedies. So just now I talked about many like foods which can relieve you from the symptom of bloating, right? So you can include Tulsi leaves or mint leaves if you're suffering from bloating. Okay, and make sure that like your salt intake is also proper and the food that you're consuming is not very high in sodium. And another thing that you need to take care about, you do not include like a very processed food into your diet, because the packaged and processed food contain higher level of sodium in it, so it can also lead to a bloating.
Anjali, I had a question. I had
Yeah.
asked on the group as well that regarding mixing fruit and milk, like you recommend banana milkshake, right? So is it okay to blend milk with fruit? Because you always suggest also, right, to have every fruit like single, not to mix fruits with anything, fruits when kept alone, like that sort. So is
Once
it
in a
okay to
while
have?
is okay to have. Once in a while is okay to have. So mixing of fruits also, if you're combining sweet fruits with other sweet fruits, it is fine to have. But if you're like combining citrus fruits like oranges or lemon, oranges of sweet lime specifically, with some sweet fruit, then it can be a cross combination.
Yeah, but fruit and milk is fine because I have a friend like who's an Ayurvedic doctor and he told me to never combine fruit and milk. So I never do that since like a year or so. He had told me. So is it still okay? I can combine because I fast on Mondays. So if that is okay, then I can have a very good option to have it in the morning.
Yes, like I said, once in a while is okay to have. Just don't like make it a habit of like consistently including that. Or
Okay.
like you can also mix your fruit with some nut milk. That is also a good option to have.
Okay. Thank you.
I would suggest adding nut milk as well. Better, much more than regular milk. Nut milk is much better. The problem is when you add dairy and fruit together for a prolonged period of time. As Anjali said, if it's not, it's once in a while, it's fine. But if it's done for a long period of time, it can affect your skin because it together produces toxins in your body. Okay, so use any plant-based milk, nut milk, oat milk, coconut milk. You can go for them.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, which meat is best for us? So like Rania, I mentioned like red meat, if you are consuming any red meat, be it, so you should always restrict the intake of red meat because it has a higher level of fats also in it, saturated fats, and it can also like somewhat aggravate your inflammation. So just make sure that once in a month maximum is fine to have. Other than that, chicken you can have on a regular basis. Can we also consume milk if we have PCOS? Okay, so you can consume milk, but in a restricted manner. I mean, if you are having a like defined portion sizes of milk on a day-to-day basis, it won't cause any harm. But just make sure that you are not like overusing milk into your diet. Overconsumption of milk can like really connect with your hormonal imbalance.
So Anjali, what should be the quantity of the milk? Like, as normally we'll have tea in the morning, 1 cup, but can we have in the night also 1 cup of milk with cinnamon and turmeric?
So 150 ml is a one portion of milk. So 2 portions in a day are fine to have. Other than that, you can always have a fermented foods like curd or like paneer into your diet.
Okay, yeah, got it. Thank you.
Welcome. Anyone else want to ask anything? Neha, I think we are done with the questions for today.
Great. I think that was, did you get one more, I guess?
Oh, best probiotic food suggestions, please. So any fermented food like curd, be it dosa, idli, or dhokla, any food that you're fermenting, it is very good source of probiotic. Anyone else want to ask something before we end the session?
Best probiotic food suggestions.
Yes, I just answered that, Neha.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I think it was a really informative session. I did not expect it to be so informative, so I'm very happy. Thank you for indulging so much. I think people are still asking questions. Can you just check, Anjali?
Okay, snacks, any suggestions? So for snacks, you can like always go for any homemade snacks like roasted chana or home roasted makhanas, or if you could also make some homemade khakras is also a best option. If you want something warm or something cooked, then you can also go for some like puddings are also fine to have, or chilas is also a very good like snack option. If organic ones are not available, then conventional eggs are okay to have. But organic ones have a better benefits.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Anjali. We'll wind up after this question, okay? Thank you.
Okay. Priyanka will take your last question now. Is corn good to have in PCOS? So yes, you can have like boiled corns or homemade popcorns. Okay, that is fine to have, but in a limited portion size, like 1 cup standard size is okay. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Anjali. That was really informative. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Neha.
Thank you, Anjali. Thank you, Neha, for the great session. Bye.
Welcome, guys.